Hey everyone, I'm here with a new deck tech video for the Black-Red Zombie deck. That's the first deck I posted on this channel, the first budget deck I made. And now that the Modern Festival is about to be here, and if you don't know what that is, I can show you. Um, the Modern Festival, let's see here, will be next week. And if you do well in the various tournaments they have, you get one copy of every Modern legal set. So you get every card in Modern, and then various other things as well. And to get there, you also get a cool Lightning Helix promo. And to get there, you have to win. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for. A Modern Festival preliminary, which is what we'll play in. And so we'll be facing against Tier 1 Modern decks. And if we win, either win 5 or 4 of the 5 rounds, we get an invitation to the Modern Festival Finals and a chance to win all of those cards. The dates for that are here. But I think it's also going to be a fun time to break out, the Modern deck I have that I think is the best of, my budget Modern decks and see how it does in the tournament. And so we'll be playing in this preliminary. Also, I will be playing next week. More bonus content will be that I'll play in one of these Mirrodin block 3-round Phantom drafts that they'll be doing next week. I'm not sure exactly what day it'll be, but there'll be 2 drafts next week. The usual one that's posted on Monday, and then a Mirrodin block 3-round Phantom draft as bonus content as part of the Modern Festival. So anyway, back to our deck. I've modified it some. That the metagame has changed in the last 6 weeks or so. Since I guess it's been more like 4 or 5 weeks, but the metagame has changed since then. At Grand Prix Charlotte, the Goryo's Vengeance deck was back, and that made me want to change some things. Made me want to make the deck faster. And I think in general our deck had some deficiencies in speed. I mean, it was already very fast, but I wanted to make it even faster. And to do that, I ended up taking out all of our stockpiles, and they're not even in our sideboard anymore. It's good against the control matchup, but I think we have other things in our sideboard that are good against the control matchup. And there's not a lot of really strong, pure control decks in the format right now. There's Delver, which is always around, but it's not, pure. It's not all control. It's not all counter spells, and we don't have to worry nearly as much about that right now in the format. And I'm also taking out 2 Risen Executioners. He's a little high in the curve. His inability to block is a viability against other aggressive decks and against a lot of decks. But we still want 2 in for his pump effect and the fact that he can come back from our graveyard. But what I added instead are 3 Cemetery Reapers for the cards I just mentioned. We added 3 Cemetery Reapers to the deck. So we have more Zombie Lords. We net 1 more Zombie Lord, and all 3 of them are lower on the curve. Still have our Death Barons. And other than that, the main deck will remain the same. We also made some big changes to our sideboard, however. We still have the 1 Dreadbore in here. It's best against Tron, but it's good against anyone who plays Planeswalkers, which is a fair number of people. We have 2 main board, if you will remember. I also added a 4th Rakdos Charm because it's just good against so much of the metagame. It's, Goryo's Vengeance is back, and it's good against that. In response to their Goryo's Vengeance, you can Rakdos Charm and leave them with nothing. You can also destroy artifacts, and it's also not bad against any deck that runs Lingering Souls. If we've beaten them down a lot early and then they suddenly get, their 4 or 5 Spirit tokens into play, Rakdos Charm can help us finish them. So adding a 4th Rakdos Charm is a difference. We had 3 Anathemancers still. I can't afford Blood Moon, and I'm not going to buy it. I mean, it would make this deck a lot better. So if you're trying to build, this deck as pure, straight up tier 1, that's what you would do. But this is the best I can do without Blood Moon is just punish my opponent for playing non-basics, and he can help us win the game much more quickly against them. We have Slaughter Games for all the combo decks. Ad Nauseam is also back. We actually played it back in our Modern Daily, if you'll remember. But now it's considered tier 1 again, and we played that deck once already, and we won 1 game against it because of Slaughter Games, and lost the other 2, as I recall. But so Slaughter Games is still in here for combo, and then I added 4 Rending Volleys to our sideboard. We took out the stockpile, and we don't have any of those in our sideboard. I'm trying to remember what else I took out of here. I had Stromgald Crusaders who had protection from white, which is a good effect, but I think this is an even better effect against white. Rending Volley is a pretty huge effect. It's also incredibly good against the twin decks, which frequently try to make copies stick Splinter Twin on a blue creature, and we can just Rending Volley the creature in response, and they can't counter it. They can't protect their combo. So that's good. And the Rakdos Charm actually is also decent against Amulet Bloom. It can blow up their Amulet as a Slaughter Game. So those are the changes we made to the deck. There aren't that many of them. I think it's even more streamlined than it was before, and I think it can do pretty well. I would love to go, 4-1 in the tournament, which I'll be participating in next week in the Modern Festival preliminary tournament. I think it'll just be cool to see how our deck does there, and I think it'll do pretty well. And so I'll be posting a video of the gameplay of that next week, and also as a reminder, I'll also be posting a bonus draft video next week of the Mirrodin Block draft, Phantom draft that they're bringing in for the Modern Masters, not Modern Masters. I can't speak. I apologize. For the Modern Festival. So there'll be 2 sort of extra videos next week. So keep your eyes peeled for those. Let me know what you think of the changes to the deck. I still have a week to change them. If you think there's something I should do different for the current metagame, let me know. And yeah, so thanks for watching.